Golden Cross traditionally is very bullish, although sometimes they flip around. Sometimes Golden Cross means that the market's too overbought and then it could come down. But when you're coming up from bottom, it's generally not the case. So this person, CryptoCon, basically created all the previous times Bitcoin formed a Golden Cross. You'll see that the first time we had a Golden Cross, Bitcoin went up 22,000%. Then we had a 6,500%. Then we had a 145%, which is little. Then we had a 580%. This last time around from the bottom, we had a 38%. And we briefly crossed below, and now we're above it again, right? So traditionally speaking, when we do form a Golden Cross, it's pretty darn good, especially when we're coming off of bottom. So where will we head to this next leg up, this explosion that's coming up? Where will Bitcoin be? Well, this may be where Bitcoin will head to, about $50,000. Okay, so we're looking at previous cycles when Bitcoin comes off from bottom, right before the halving event. Where does it usually end up? Around the 78.6 Fibonacci level. So if that's the case from our previous top, that would put us around 50,000, 51,000 before the halving event. That can certainly happen. If we get a spot Bitcoin ETF approval, I could certainly see us being lifted into the 40s already. And then it's just a matter of going from 40s to 50s before the halving event. That could certainly happen. Are we just moving according to clockwork right now? You could make that argument. You could make the argument. You just discount everything else. Everything else that's out there. Bitcoin is just doing its thing. It's just moving along. Bitcoin can't read the news. Bitcoin doesn't know that there's wars going on. Bitcoin doesn't know that BlackRock is about to enter, right? Bitcoin just continues to operate as being the greatest store of value and the best hedge against inflation that we have. That's really it. So 50,000, 51,000 around the corner. And then the bull market really starts, the parabolic phase. And how high will we go? 200,000, 250,000. If Bitcoin goes up to 250,000, all the alts out there will be up 10, 15, 20, 25x higher. Okay? I mean, it's going to be insane. Absolutely insane. It's going to make a lot of people very wealthy, extremely wealthy, and make a lot of people attain financial freedom so they can break through their 9-to-5 job and do what they love. It's going to happen every cycle. There's more and more stories. This cycle, it's going to be no different. Galaxy Digital's Mike Novogratz and so many other billionaires are so bullish on Bitcoin now as well. Mike has been particularly bullish for a long time, but other billionaires like Paul Jones, Druckenmiller, and Tim Draper, and so many others, Larry Fink, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. They're all turning very pro-Bitcoin, right? They're seeing it, this flight to quality, right? They're seeing it right in front of their eyes. But Mike Novogratz has been in the space for a while, CEO of Galaxy Digital. They own a tremendous amount of Bitcoin already, and they own a lot of mining facilities, and they're involved with everything in between, right? But even Mike thinks that the odds of approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF has gone up. He believes that it will happen. Approval will happen in December. He originally thought it would be next year, but now he thinks it's going to be this year in December. Although the products won't probably be out until next year, but at least approval will come this year. And I can't imagine. We already had a couple of fake pumps, okay? Cointelegraph reported that approval was done, and then we had a fake pump, right? But even with that fake pump, we still trend upwards. Then we got this ticker news about BlackRock's ETF. Also gave us a fake pump, but then we kind of kept those gains. Imagine when a real approval comes out. That will lift us from what, 34,000 to how high? 40,000? Maybe even beyond. That's right around the corner. It's going to be insane. The macroeconomics right now is overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, it is. I've been saying this for a while, but now people are recognizing it. This flight to quality, flight to safety, and having the most decentralized and secure network on the planet. That's why so many institutions and kings of Wall Street, the billionaires, they are all looking to jump in. They don't want to miss the next FOMO train. You know, they're not stupid. They have hundreds of analysts telling them this is the time to be getting in, whether they believe or not, but they are going to jump in. And we're talking about billions upon billions right now, and then it's going to lead to trillions upon trillions in the next few years. Overwhelmingly positive. That is 100% accurate. I am having a kickoff party in Vegas December 14th. So if you guys want to come out and meet me and other influencers that are into IFC, this is the spot to go. And not only that, Crowded Combat is going to be there. Their fighters are going to be there. I'm going to invite others in this space, other influencers, other projects. If you've been to one of my network parties before, it's going to be like that, but even bigger this time around. I have 3 different tickets. If you want to participate, you want to join, please do so. Use the code 25 off. You'll get $25 off. And for people that's been asking for a new NFT, if you go with the VIP program or ticket, you will get airdropped an exclusive I Am George NFT. That will be included. Make sure you check it out if you are interested. This is in Vegas. Remember, what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. And you get to check out all the fighters, all the other influencers, myself, and all the major projects will be there. It's going to be a good party, a good time. So check it out. And then if you want to measure the great things about Bitcoin, the fundamentals that I keep talking about, look at this. This is a brand new record. Has never been done before. There are 40 million Bitcoin addresses in profit. Most of you guys, if you stuck with DCAing and holding Bitcoin, you would be in the green right now. Most of you guys should be in the green. Last time I showed this, it was about 80%, 80+% should be in the green already. But now with the growing number of addresses, we formed a new record. That's amazing, right? And we keep forming new records. Records are meant to be broken. But when it comes to an asset like Bitcoin, this is how you measure the strength. This is how I know, how I have so much conviction and faith in Bitcoin. While others are paying attention to what the lines say, I pay attention to the fundamentals, which happens to get stronger seemingly every single week. Every time I measure and look at things like addresses or the hash rate or the number of Bitcoins on the exchanges, right? Like these kind of things that you measure the strength of Bitcoin continues to get stronger and break through and make new highs. It's quite amazing. Here's one perfect example, exchange balances. You can see ever since Bitcoin topped out in 2020 in terms of exchange balances, it just keeps on dropping more and more and more and more and more. That's reality. You can't argue and dispute that. And that will continue to go down more and more and more and more and more and more until one day there's just not that many on the exchanges. That is reality. Some people refuse to believe. Some people ignore the facts. You can't ignore these facts.